Morning, guys. Um, Welcome to our online art class. I just wanted to say welcome to Back to Art. It's good to kind of see some of you, or see you see me, I guess. So, what we're doing today is working on our own version of Munch's Scream. Now, you probably saw the photo last week of Munch, and hopefully, you learned a little bit about Munch and his painting. So when I first saw this painting many years ago, I was just like, "What is this? This kind of alien is very unusual. The background is abstract and just really kind of strange looking." So for our project today, I'll be teaching you guys how to draw the scream, and then you're gonna be putting your own spin on it to put something in the background that you might be afraid of, or something that you would find unusual in the background. So I will be posting a final version, but this is one that I had started. So you can see that we have the Scream person. And then I was always afraid of Darth Vader as a kid. It just kind of terrified me. But I thought it was still cool. And then put some TIE fighters and Death Star in the background. So your goal today would be to draw your Scream person. I'll show you how to draw in the background. And then some of the objects you'll be adding tomorrow. You are able to work ahead. I will post the lessons this week, but you can just do a little bit each day too. These will all be due next week, Friday or Thursday. All right, so let's get to it. So you will need a pencil, a ruler, and a piece of paper. Make sure you have the paper going vertical or portrait. If you don't have a ruler, just use a book or something that might have a straight edge. So first thing we're going to do is to draw our Scream character's head. Now the Scream character's head is not super realistic, which can be kind of nice since you don't have to struggle with getting it perfectly proportioned. So I'm going to make a curved line from the top of his head, kind of in the center, but towards the middle part. When I made my example, I made his head a little bit too small, which kind of made things a little tricky. So I'm going to make a curved part here. Now I'm going to bring it in. It's almost like a upside down pear. So curve it in, and then connect it back to the other side. So next we're going to give him a mouth. If you think of a Scream's mouth, he'd be wide open if he's afraid. You can give him his little nose if you want, or you can make your own nose. Now, if you're really afraid, your eyes are going to get really, really big. So to make 2 circles, you can make your own cartoon style eyes if you want. In the Scream painting, they are open. Sometimes you can make them cartoony, put a highlight in, you can decorate them however you want to. Okay, next thing we're going to do is to give him his hands. So the Scream has his hands along the side of his face. They're really just seeing the contour of it. So what you're going to do is to just kind of make a curve coming along the one side of the head and curve it back around. Doesn't really look like a hand, but if you look at the real Scream painting, that one really doesn't either, but it's more of a suggestion. He's got his hands. We'll give him his little shirt collar. You can decorate the shirt or change things up if you want to customize it. Put a collar on it, you can make it a V, whatever you want to do. Okay, next thing we're going to do, we're going to make a little bit of a curve coming around here for maybe part of his sleeve. And then we're going to make an oval here for his elbows. All right, next thing we're going to do is to add the body. Now, if you look at the Scream painting, the body is kind of like a wave. So I'm just going to kind of bring that down. And we have our Scream guy. So you can customize him. Some people ask if they could put a hair on him or hat, or you can customize it a little bit. Totally up to you. Okay, next thing we're going to do is to put a horizon line across the top. And Remember, the horizon line separates the sky from the water. So I'm just going to kind of make a line going across. It can be a little wavy, it doesn't have to be perfectly straight. Alright, next thing we're going to do is to put in the bridge that the monk was walking on when he got afraid. So coming about halfway down your paper, a little bit higher than half, somewhere around there, to almost the corner, we're going to make a diagonal line. So I'm going to take my ruler or straight edge, book, whatever you got, make a line. As soon as it hits, scream stop, and then come out the other side. And we're just going to start by making 3 lines. After it goes to the 1 point. So instead of keeping it the ruler width, we'll move it over, swivel it up here. So it gets skinnier as it gets further away, so it gives the illusion that it is getting closer together, it gets further away. Alright, next step, we're going to add a 3rd line. Again, it's going up to that point. Alright. Then we're just going to add, make the railing a little bit thicker for each side. Let's add a skinnier line next to it. Now it's going to get really tight when it gets towards the top. And then we'll add one more. Now keep your lines somewhat light because you will be adding your character in here. So if you're pressing really hard, like I just did, you're going to have a little more difficult time to erase. All right, next thing we do is we're going to put some vertical lines for the crossed parts of the railing. Is there a technical word for that? We're going to make 2 vertical lines, and they're going to overlap. So 2 vertical lines here. I'm just going to erase this off. I'll throw another one here. Then erase that. I'll put a 3rd one down here. You notice they're getting a little bit wider as they get closer to the bottom. Now if you'd like to make it even a little more 3-dimensional, you could add a 3rd line to the top railing. So this looks like you would have a little bit thicker railing on the top. Alright, next thing you're going to want to do is to add some details into the background before you add your creature. Or you can do it afterwards, depending on what you're planning on doing. So I'm just going to lightly add kind of the shape for the water. Be kind of blobby. Might lightly kind of add some lines in for the sky. And then some curved lines in for the background. You can customize the background how you want, but the primary thing you want to have is your Scream character. At this point, you can continue. I'm just going to lightly sketch in a couple lines. Remember to keep them kind of coming up towards that point. So that's going to lead your eye up to that point, as well as kind of give the illusion that the boardwalk is 3D. Now you would then erase a section where you're going to add your object that is scaring your Scream character. So it could be a monster, it could be something that is not scary at all. Maybe in the sky you're going to add some other objects that go along with your idea. So for instance, I added the TIE Fighter and the Death Star. I could add some more things in the water. In the original Scream painting there were some boats. Maybe you're going to add something else that would make sense. Could be ridiculous too, so have fun with it. Alright, so if you do happen to get done with drawing all your objects, the next step would be to trace it with a black marker. However, I would like you to wait though until you finish drawing, sharpening, and then wait till the next video to start to color, because I'd like to show you a few tricks for that. So thanks for watching. Hope your art goes well, and you can contact me if you have any questions. Thank you very much.